There we go. We're recording now. Okay, guys, let me just make the announcement here. This is I'm going to do a snowman wreath, but you can do any theme that you want. This is just about the method. This is the new style wreath method that I just saw. It's not mine. It's actually called the woodland ruffle, and it is using 10-inch mesh cut into 35-inch pieces, and it's a curl ruffle. Gina, you're on here twice. I don't know if you know that. Oh, you're only on here once. So anyway, let me tell you my table story. The table is gorgeous. My friend's husband made it for me. He's a woodworker, and it's got the folding legs and everything, but it's heavy. I can't set it up by myself. My son has to help me because it's so heavy. And oh my God, I was so scared yesterday morning. If you guys know, I have a little doggy, Sammy, and she's a Pekingese Chihuahua, and she's 14 years old. She's blind, she's diabetic. Well, I had my table outside my door leaning against the wall, and she's crazy when she gets up in the morning. She may be blind, but when she wants her breakfast, she just goes crazy. So I'm in my room, and I hear her come into the kitchen. All of a sudden, I hear a slam. And the table, she had somehow knocked the table over and then got her tail caught that's between the table and the wall. And she's crying. And I'm like, oh no, I felt so bad. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't tell them I don't want the table. But anyway, it's a beautiful table. It's just hard to set up. That's my story. Boy, we got a bunch of people. Robin's here. Cheryl.
Hi. Hi, Amy.
Everybody wants to see this new exciting method. Wow, you're gonna love it too. You're really gonna love it. It's so easy. Jackie Sanders, somebody's on here with an iPad, just says iPad. I don't know who that is.
Hi,
Joanne,
Christine.
hi everybody. Hi everybody. You can't see me. First of all, I want to tell you guys.
Hi, it's Linda.
Hi, Linda. I want to tell you guys something. You can see that I have different ties on my wreath form. These are like the tinsely ones, and I put these on, but let me tell you something. I wish I hadn't. I got these from Craft Outlet, and I thought, well, I really want to use these because they look like the kinds that are on the work wreath forms, but they slide like crazy. That's why I like to use the other ones. I like to use these. Because when you put these on your form, there's just something about the material. They don't slide. If you pull them really tight, they don't slide. But I was so excited that I found these on Craft Outlet and I thought, wow, it'll look just like a work wreath form. But they were sliding all over the place. And I had to glue them and I made a mess. But anyway, so I still did it the way I always do. I did 10 on the outside, around the 2 outside bars. This is a Dollar Tree form, about 3 to 4 inches apart, probably more like 4.5. But here's the thing, and I want to give you guys the heads up. The mesh that I'm using, it is from Hobby Lobby. It's a little bit thicker. This is a snowball mesh. I love this mesh. The thing with this method is you should have enough coverage for your wreath if you just do 1 per tie. However, if you have a mesh that's really thin, you may have to add more. Now, I'm actually going to wait and see how it looks on mine when I'm done, because there's really nothing wrong with throwing another pipe cleaner in and putting another ruffle in. You can make your wreath as full as you want it. So somebody's chatting me. But if you have a thinner mesh, you might need to use more. Hello, Deborah. I'm gonna move the chat box over in case if you're gonna be chatting me this way so I can see you chatting. But ideally, you're only gonna need 1 of these pieces of mesh per tie, and it should be enough. But again, if it isn't, we can always add more. So these are 35-inch pieces. Now, I hope you guys have, if you saw my note, to have a clothespin or a chip clip or some sort of a clip handy, because this is going to help you make your ruffle. All right, you guys are going to love this. And the reason why, the number 1 reason why you're going to love it is because you will have no frays. Done. Doesn't matter if you use the wood burning tool, if you cut it with the scissors, because what you're going to do, you may also want to have something heavy. Actually, you're going to lay it this way. It's going to be curl side up. okay? Get something heavy. This is a big piece of mesh. Your phone, your clippers. I got my little, whatever the hell that is. What is that called? Tape measure. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I'm like really silly. So you take your first end and we're gonna curl it 4 times, okay? Kind of tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're gonna clip it. Just like that, just to hold it. You're gonna flip it around. You can keep this on here if you want to hold it up. You might not need it. And then we're gonna do the other end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. What you're looking for, you want a 20-inch ruffle here. I don't really know exactly if that's 20 inches. Let's see. Yeah, it's about 21, 22, close enough. So I like the way it comes out because this, I already, cheated and I did one, and I like the way that came out with the 4-inch curls. So you're not going to need to clip that because we're going to start ruffling now. So if you made your little spirally on the end, you're just going to start doing a ruffle like you normally do a ruffle. Anybody has a question, just unmute yourself. I just kind of muted everybody to cut down the background noise. When you get to the end, take your little clip off. And this is what you got. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? You got little spirals on the end. And this is just a piece of mesh that comes off of the end that's not cut. It just does that sometimes. But isn't that cute? Look at that. You got little curlies and you got little spirals or a ruffle in the middle. So curlies on the end and a spiral and the ruffle in the middle. So it's going to go face up. So just the way you rolled it is how you're going to place it, just like that. And I already put one down. And it's going to go parallel to your wreath form. Just like that. How cute is that? Make sure you're not squishing your other piece down. You want them to be pushing each other up. You kind of fan it out a little bit. And you're not going to have any frays because you've got the little spirals on the end. See how cute? I love this mesh. That's it, ladies. I wish I had thought of this one because this is a really neat idea. Woodland Ridge Designs. I know some of you may have already seen it, but when I first saw it the other night, I was like, wow. What is she doing? I like that. Okay. And we'll just do it again. If you want to do 5 curls, you can do 5, but I like 4. Does everybody get this, or what do you think? I love it. I really love this mesh too. I'm not really too fond of Hobby Lobby mesh, but this is a better quality mesh. This is a snowball mesh. If you've never seen it before, the reason why they call it snowball is because it's got the little puffs in it that look like little snowballs. I think I actually got this online. I didn't get it in the store. I think it was when I was ordering all of the gingerbread signs. And I saw this and I was like, wow, I like this. I didn't see that in the store.
They have it in the store, Christina.
Oh, they do? They don't have it in my store.
I'm doing the same. I've got the same mesh.
Because, oh, do you have the same mesh? I love this mesh.
Well, and then I bought a gingham. It was kind of like a poly jute burlap. It was great. It was tan and red plaid. I wanted it too.
I'm trying to find some mesh to use in my tomato cage tree, and I actually had this mesh from last year, but I need another roll. I love this mesh. It's a premium wide foil mesh. I thought that would be really pretty to use in the tomato cage tree. But I can't find, I need another roll and I can't find it anywhere. It's like discontinued. So I need to figure something else out for that. Oh, and you know what I wanted to show you guys? Look what I got today. What did I do with them? For those of you who ordered the gnome kit, I went online and Big Lots was totally sold out online of their gnomes. So I called my store and I had to put some aside for me. They're tiny, but they're the cutest little things in the world. Look how cute those are. So you're going to get all 3 of those to put in your wreath, in the wreath kit. They had the bigger ones, but they were huge. They were like 22 inches. They were way too big in my opinion. So I thought these were really cute. I went and I pretty much cleaned them out of their gnomes. So, and I got my signs in for the elf kit, so those are going to be going out. Gina, did I show you the elf yet? That elf is so cute. Hold on, I got one right
No,
there.
you didn't.
I gotta show you guys my stuff. Hold on. Of course, he's got a sticker over his face, so you're not going to be able to see his face. Maybe I'll take it out. Keep knocking my camera over here. Look how cute!
Oh, that is precious.
With
That's
his little
adorable.
curlies. His little
That's
curlies.
adorable.
And then he's got his little legs. The little bells on them.
I have some good news to share. Can I share?
Huh?
I have some good news to share. Can I share?
Yeah, of course.
My mama got out of the hospital today
I saw that. That's so awesome.
after 9 days. So
That's so great, Gina. I saw the picture. That's great. I had to show you guys the cute little elves. Whoever ordered the elf kit, that's what you're going to get. I got all my stuff, so now we can start putting those together. All right, let's get back to work here. Sorry about that. You guys are probably still making your ruffle, and you're almost done, your ruffles. And I'm here chit-chatting away, showing you my stuff. And then you guys see this pretty ribbon I just got, too. Look at that.
oh, that's pretty.
It's got fuzzy on the end, too. Oh, I love that. I've got so much ribbon stacked over here. It's craziness. Okay. Back to work. I don't know who's... Oh, Elaine says, how long is this cut? Elaine, if you go to the class listing in the events calendar, it's got all of the information that you need. It's got, let me move the chat box over here so I can see it and not block everything. Hold on. This is why it's good to have a working microphone, because it's hard for me to stop and answer chats. This is 35 inches, Elaine, but it is listed, the prep and the supply list is listed in the class listing in the events calendar. So this is a long piece of mesh, and here comes another piece. This is a seamed end. I hate when these pieces come off the seamed ends. Pull those off. Well, we got a bunch of people here. I'm trying to see who else just jumped on that I may not have had a chance to say hello to. Stacy's here, Mimi's here, Brenda, Susan Sullivan, my friend. Hey, you.
Hey, dear.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. How about you?
Susan's here. I'm having a good day so far, Susan, even though it's almost the end of the day. I haven't been having very good days lately. I was sick for 2 weeks, and then the thing with my friend, and hopefully November will be a better month. What do you think of this method, Susan?
I like it. I think it's beautiful.
No fraying.
I
'Cause
love
you're
it.
curling up the frays.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure I greeted everybody that was here. If I didn't miss anybody, Stacy and Tara and Brenda and Marlene is here. Let's see. Whoops. I can't move my thing anymore here. All right, let's get back to work. We'll be here all night. Reba's here. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody again. You guys just unmute yourself if you have a question. Okay. So again, if you have a thinner mesh, let's just wait and see how it looks when you're done, because you're going to have mesh left over. You're probably going to end up using like a roll and a half. But if you find that you put all your mesh on and you're looking at it and you're thinking, it doesn't really look like it's covering that well, you can always add more pipe cleaners. I hate these pieces on the end here. Add more pipe cleaners and just put more ruffles on. I do that all the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I use clothespins for everything in my house. I use it to close chip bags and this is going to be your new favorite method, guys. Favorite method. I think she's got one now with 21-inch mesh. But that's a paid tutorial. I thought I saw her do a live recently, and she does this with 21-inch mesh.
What method is that called?
This is called the woodland ruffle because the lady that developed it has a business called Woodland Ridge Designs.
Okay. Is there one called Cruel or something like that?
What's that?
Is there another one called, I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was similar to that one.
Really? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was a curl and a ruffle?
Yeah, right.
The only other method that I have not done is something that I've seen hardworking mom do a lot. And I'm not quite sure if I care for it. That's really the only reason I haven't done it. And what it is, it's a poof and a spiral. She'll take 21-inch mesh and she'll roll it and she'll put a poof down and then she'll leave the ends as spirals. I've never done that one yet because I'm kind of on the fence as to whether I actually like it.
Yeah.
So, but when I saw this, anything that's got a ruffle in it, I mean, look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
Anything that's got a ruffle in it is fine by me.
Looks nice and full.
I know. But this is a thicker mesh too. That's why, you know, I'm trying to make sure that you guys are aware if you have a thinner mesh,
Is that a
you might need
Christmas
to add
mesh?
more.
Is it a Christmas mesh?
And again, you can do, like Deborah just said that she's doing a Thanksgiving wreath. The theme is entirely up to you. I'm doing a snowman only because I have a really cute snowman sign that I got from Craft Outlet that I want to use. So, and I thought it would go good with this mesh. So I'm going to do a snowman. But there's no phrase here, ladies. And if you're like me, I don't see how anybody would want phrase in their wreath. Even with the wood burning tool, you know, I would get some phrase still. So. Yes, I went and I cleaned out big lots of all their little gnomes, and I told the lady that was cashing me out what I was making or what we were making. in class, and I showed her the picture. And my son's standing there rolling his eyes because he always can't stand it when I talk about the group. When I go anywhere, basically. I can't help it. I'm doing 4, like I said, 4 curls. If you want to do, I don't mean curls, 4 turns. If you want to do 5, you can do 5. Because a lot of times it may be hard for people who have trouble with their hands to ruffle up such a big piece of mesh. So if you want to do your spirals a little bit bigger, do 5 or 6 turns, and then you won't have as much to ruffle, that's fine. It's going to be the same amount of mesh no matter what you do. And I'm just giving it a couple of turns. Yeah, I glued my pipe cleaners on because they were just sliding. I find the tinsel ones always slide. That's why I don't, that's why I don't like to buy the ones from the Dollar Tree. Because you put them on and they just slide. So now I don't have enough room on my table because I'm using my smaller table. Oh, there's another piece. Mary Kirsch is here. Hi, Mary. Lots of people here tonight. Let me see how many we have here. 22 people. Wow. That's a lot for a live class. Everybody's curious about this method here. I love it. Look at that. All your frays are hidden in your little spiral there. This mesh is very rustic looking. That's why I like it. Yep, so if you are just watching tonight, you'll get the video. And usually when well, not usually, always, when I email the video, I do send the supply list as well. And the prep, meaning how big to cut your mesh, how long to cut your mesh and your ribbons and so on and so forth. But if you are making it with me tonight, you should have been able to find that supply list and prep in the class listing too. It's just 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh. And typically, for most of my wreaths, I buy 4 rolls of ribbon, wired ribbon, 2 2.5 inch and 2 1.5 inch. That's pretty standard when it comes to supply list, unless we're making something different. Stay. There. This is very simple. Oh, I'm stuck. How's it going, Gina? You beating me? You usually beat me.
I'm already working on the inside.
Of course you are. Because I'm chatting away over here, showing you my stuff.
Well, I'm sitting here. I've got my ideas running through my head. I haven't done the gingerbread wreath yet.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting here thinking I might do this method on the gingerbread one.
There you go. You could do that. So you haven't cut your mesh for that yet?
I've cut it.
But you could probably still do it. I mean, it's a 30-inch piece instead of a 35. But I'm sure it would come out all right.
Yeah. And if not, I can stick some little spirals in with something else.
Yeah. So this is my last piece for the outside, and this is 1 roll. This is the last piece of my 1 roll here. But that's why I said you're going to have some left over, because you only have 8 ties in the middle. So You're gonna have a couple pieces left over. And if you want to throw those pieces in, if you feel like it's not full enough, do it. I've done that many times. So that's the outside. Just make sure that they're all pushing each other up. Look how pretty. Is that pretty or is that pretty? I just love that. I'm telling you, I love ruffles so much. I don't really like spirals as much because in my opinion, they take too long. Now, you know, I'm going to be doing a bunch of witch hats, Christmas tree witch hats for this craft show that I'm going to do next month. And I'm going to do spirals, Gina, because I like the way your spirals came out. Something like that is okay because you're just doing a little bit. But when you're doing a spiral wreath, it just takes a while, in my opinion. But this, just the little spiral is on the end. Perfect for me. What do you think, Mimi?
I love it.
Isn't it pretty? And, you know, I didn't get a chance to comment on your wreath, honey. I approved your post.
I know.
And I didn't get, it's not because I didn't love it. I just didn't get a chance to. That came out gorgeous. I love it.
Thank you. I was very upset. I was going to write to you and ask you why you didn't.
Honey, I just didn't get a chance. And I was just thinking about that now that I saw your name. I was right in the middle of my taking care of my dog and getting dinner ready for the kids. And
Okay, it's okay.
I will go comment on it, but I wanted to mention that it is gorgeous. I did not comment on it because I didn't like it. I didn't want you to think that. So. Yeah, I think this is going to become everybody's new favorite method here.
Christina, do you remember a long time ago I mentioned to you about somebody doing this and you said you couldn't understand what I was telling you? This is what it was.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the lady.
What's that?
That was the lady that I was watching.
Was it Woodland Ridge Designs?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's so sweet. I love her. I actually first saw this on, if anybody is familiar with Belle Chase Wreaths, she's a sweetheart too. She was actually doing it for the first time in her, in a live. And everybody was asking her, what is that? What is that? What is that method? And she said, it's the woodland ruffle. And then I can't remember the girl's name. Tiffany, I think, who owns it. She was on the live and she says, yeah, that's my method. She's got like sweet little voice. She's this little blonde. I need to come up with a method. I need to rack my brain and come up with the Christina method, the Christina ruffle or something. Very simple, guys. You can see there's really nothing to it. Just make sure that as you're picking it up off your table, don't flip it over. This is the side that you want to go down, the side that's facing up. And this is a Dollar Tree frame. You can do this on another wire frame. I wouldn't go bigger than 16 inches though, because then you might need more mesh. If you have an 18-inch frame, you may not have enough mesh for that. So, oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it, love it.
What's the length, Christina?
What's that?
The length of it?
35 inches.
35?
Yep. What you're going to end up with after you do your spirals on the end, you're going to have about a 20-inch piece, 21, 22-inch piece in the middle that you're going to be ruffling. Because you're going over 4 times. I'm doing 4, but you can do 5. It doesn't really matter. I think she did 4 or 5. No phrase, Mimi, because they're all hidden in here. They're all tucked away. You can use your scissors. It's not going to matter because they're not going to show. The reason why I like these tinsel ties is because when you're done adding your ribbon and everything, you don't have to worry about cutting them off because they're, you know, they're tinsel-y. They kind of add to the wreath, and you know, but they slid all over the place. I had to glue them. So and I just push them right up in the middle. I just make sure that they're all poofed right up in the middle. Tell me that's not gorgeous. I just love this. You know, it's funny. I saw something on Facebook. It was a video, you know, Halloween and everything is a couple of days away. And if you're familiar with the Halloween movie, I mean, obviously it's been around for 40 years now or whatever. The Jimmy Kimmel show, they did a thing where I posted it on my page where they had the Michael Myers like sitting in a room, and they had parents walking by with their kids, and they were inviting the kids to go in and pose with Michael Myers, kind of like, you know, a picture with Santa. The kids' reactions were hysterical. I mean, it was scary. They were terrified. But it's funny, I was at the store today, and if you've seen clips from the new Halloween, when I first saw it, I thought, oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis looks terrible. They made her look really old and haggard for that movie. She does not look like that. She looks really good for her age. I'm not even sure. She must be in her 60s now, but she looks really good for her age. But if you've seen clips from it, they make her look like she's like 90. I'm sad we don't get trick-or-treaters at our new house here. We moved here a couple of years ago, and we live at the end of a street. It's not a dead-end street or anything. It's just that we just live at the end of the block, and the kids just don't come down this way. So that's all right. If I bought candy, I would end up eating too much of it anyway. This piece seems like it's a little off center. Let me try to fix it. There we go. I'm not too OCD, just a little. I'll just fall on the floor here. My clothespin. Honestly, you know, since I'm going to have a couple of pieces left over, I might even find a place to throw them in, just because I hate having leftover mesh. I kind of have to see how it looks when I'm done. Because what am I going to do with two 35-inch pieces of this mesh? What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? Connie Leitner's here. Hi, Connie Leitner. I can't see your video camera because I can't move the screen over right now, but I imagine you're sitting there with your little headphones on. I can see your face right now. Let me see if you're there. I have to see if you have your You have your headphones on. Where's Connie? There she's laughing. I see her now. She doesn't like to disturb her husband while he's watching TV, so she has her headphones on watching, and it's so cute. I had another lady that used to always, and I can't see everybody. I only have enough room for 4 people on my screen at the top here. But I had another lady who used to always watch, and she would make her wreath after with the video, but she would always have popcorn. It's like she's going to the movies. She would jump on and I've got my popcorn ready. Like she's watching a movie, which I guess it is kind of like watching a movie. All right, where are we here? You must be done by now, huh, Gina? You're Queen Speedy with the mesh.
Almost.
How's it look?
It's looking good.
Do you like this?
I love this.
Are you doing it too, Robin? I see you rolling and stuff over there.
I'm doing good. I'm rolling away here.
You like it?
I love it.
I love it.
It's a very fast way to do a wreath.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you have a super big piece of mesh and you're only putting 1 per tie, it's going to be quick. You know, it's when you're doing, like I said, with the spiral and you have to do 3 spirals per tie, or if you're doing, you know, ruffles with 10-inch pieces, you got to put 3 per tie. You've got 1 piece, 1 and done.
1 piece left.
1 and done. I started wrapping candy canes today, Gina, for my craft show.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
You know, I need to get with you, because I know you're not doing the candy canes until a little bit later, the tutorial.
Yeah.
I need to get with you for you to show me how to do it. I'm doing that this weekend. Doing my,
It was actually really, really easy. And this one I just did yesterday is actually Dollar Tree ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Look how
that
pretty
is.
that is.
Are you
That's
busy?
Dollar Tree.
We have class tomorrow night, don't we?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to get that fall angel grapevine wreath done because Cheryl's waiting. Cheryl Perez is waiting, and we got to get that done.
Yeah, I need that one done too, so I'm gonna take it this weekend also.
And
so.
I have all my stuff. I just had to keep postponing it because all the stuff that was going on. So, which I need to update you on, by the way, Gina. We have to talk. So.
Oh yeah, when we get to talk, yeah. All right.
I'm excited about that one, Christina. Tomorrow
Who's
night,
that?
am I right?
Who is that? Is that Cheryl?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You've been waiting, and I really appreciate that. It is definitely tomorrow night. I have all my stuff ready. We're going to get that done. Thank you for being so patient.
No need to apologize. I'm just excited to do it. In fact, I have somebody already interested.
Oh, wow. Good. Awesome.
I love this method. This will be forever my go-to ruffle.
I know. I think so, too. But I can't do it for every class, but I want to just keep doing it. I want to make 5 more. I think I'm on my last tie. Let me see. I tend to get a little bit lost in the middle here because it gets so full. I wish I had discovered this method a year ago instead of fighting with all the other ones that I didn't like. It's a learning process. You know, you learn to know which ones are your favorites. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that love the poof. I'm just not one of them. Hold on, somebody's chatting me here. Oh, I don't know what you're LOLing. I don't know what you're LOLing there, Deborah, but hold on a second here. I'm trying to read this other message here and it's not coming up for me. Not coming up. All right, this is with all 18 ties filled right now. And I'm really happy with the fullness of it. Uh-oh, except this piece just came out. Because I was pulling at it. That's what you get for pulling on your mesh. I was pulling the tray out and it came out. So let's just pop it back in. And it really wasn't even a fray. Like I said, sometimes you'll get those pieces that come off of the seamed edge. And that's what that was, that's all. Because I don't like those. There. Now, I think I have one piece left. Let me see. Yeah, I got one piece left here. I'm gonna try to throw this in somewhere, just because I don't wanna have one piece of mesh hanging around. And I don't wanna throw it away, it's too pretty. Oh yeah, yeah, there'll be something new, Deborah, for sure. There will be something new. I'm gonna throw this in somewhere. I'm gonna find a spot for it, just because I wanna use it. Here's a spot. We'll make a spot. We'll throw another pipe cleaner in, and I'm gonna use this piece. And then I'll be happy. And then I'll have no leftover mesh.
Christina, did you say that you turn it after you roll it?
You mean after I get done doing this part?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you turn when you put it on the pipe cleaner?
I'll show you. You're gonna leave it face up, right as it is now. I'll show you. After you get done ruffling it, take your little clip off, okay? Well, I turn it, I mean, I'm holding it like this. You don't want to flip it over. You want it to be face up. But I put it parallel to the wreath form. So instead of putting it on the wreath form like that, I mean, I guess you could, doesn't really matter, but I always go parallel to the wreath form when I put it on my pipe cleaner. So it's going the same direction as the form. So we're gonna squeeze this last one in, just so I don't have to worry about having it sitting around wondering what the heck I'm gonna do with it. I don't know how many extra pieces you guys have left, but I just had one. There. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Sometimes, you know, I know you can. What's that?
I love it. Beautiful.
I know you can relate, Mimi. I don't want to put anything on there. You know how we are. We don't like to cover up our mesh. I just want to like go to sleep on it. It just makes me like want to lay down on it because it's so fluffy. I know that's so silly. Let me get a drink. So it's not even 9 o'clock yet. We're already done with our base. Okay, so I'm gonna do my sign because I like to do the sign first. I don't want to squish my ribbons. I'm not gonna need this hanger. That's a little bit heavier. The sign is wood, so I think I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get my super glue. I'm gonna put some glue on my stickies. Hold on one second. Now, somebody mentioned this in the last class, and I actually saw somebody do it in a live too. If you've seen me obviously use these all the time. These are the little cable tie mounts that you can get from Walmart or wherever. These are tiny though. I got these online. Usually I get the inch by inch ones. These are, I think, 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch. You have a little hole in the middle. Okay. They're actually for zip ties, but I use a pipe cleaner when I attach my sign. Now, the thing that is an issue sometimes is even if you take off the adhesive strip there and you've got, it's sticky, sometimes that it still comes off. So what she did was she actually took the foam right off and put glue on, which I don't know how easy that's going to be to do, but usually I would just put glue right on the adhesive, but yeah, this, I don't know how easy this is going to be to do, but that's what she did. She took the foam right off. Here it is, it's coming off. That little foam backing. She peeled it right off. Yeah, it isn't really coming off that good for me. This little foam backing with the adhesive on it, she took it right off and then glued the plastic. But I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me try to peel that off. This is something you may want to do ahead of time to prepare your sign. This little foam piece, just peel that right off and then put some super glue on that, because for the most part they do hold, but I've had a couple come loose on me, especially if you have a heavier sign. So what I've been doing is just putting a little dollop of glue. But again, you know, someone did take off the foam and just glued the did the super glue right to the plastic. Hold on, I gotta get this going here. There we go. I hate super glue, but I will not use E6000 because it stinks. This isn't too heavy. So a little bit of super glue. I'll do one on each side. It's a little crooked, but I don't think it matters. I love these things for signs. If you have a heavy sign, I would do one on each corner. And I just used my pipe cleaners. I got super glue on my hand. Oops, that one's sliding. Let's make sure it's staying on there before we. And I just go right through the hole, not all the way through, just a little bit. Just like that. I like my signs right in the middle. That's going to be cute. Try not to really get it too tight just yet until you're sure that it's positioned the way you want it to be. I'm just wrapping it around the frame. I got another little thing I want to put on too. I want to see how this looks, and I'll show you in just a second once I get this on. If you're close to a crossbar, sometimes I wrap my pipe cleaner around the crossbar. That way you know for sure it's not going to slide down on you. It's wrapped right around the crossbar. The side's a little bit loose. Let me tighten that. There's a crossbar. I'll just wrap that around that. So it's nothing worse than getting your sign secured and then you lift it up and it slides. So if you have a crossbar close by, so wrap it right around that. And then you're good. That's it. Now, I was thinking about using this little guy I got last year from a little craft store. Not really a craft store. It was kind of like a little home decor store in the Adirondacks. It's got a little bell. And these are, I think these are real sticks. No, they're not. They're plastic. I thought that they were real sticks. But I thought maybe that'd be kind of cute to add. The scarf's a different color, but I'm just trying to see where I would want to put him. I'd like him to kind of go on the side, but I don't want the welcome to be covered because he's going to have to get wired in. Let me think for a second here. Let me think. It might not work unless I put him down. Maybe I'll just stick him down here. So I think he's super cute. What do you think? What do you think he'd be good? Just kind of sitting down there, hanging out down there by the bottom of the sign. What do you think, ladies?
That looks cute.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
Yes, I like it too.
I've had this since last year, but I think I'm gonna wire him in first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my ribbon.
Look at these, Christina.
What's that?
Look at these. I got these snowflakes at Hobby Lobby,
Oh, how cute.
and I've got 3 of them to put on mine.
Oh, cute.
On my wreath. But I thought they were precious.
Really cute.
So I'm gonna try to slip this wire under his scarf so it's not gonna show. And then I'll wire him in with that. Sorry for my head, guys. Whoops. Why isn't this working? There we go. Okay. Let's see, little guy, where can we put you in here? That's something on here. Is that glue? What is that? I don't want to go too tight just yet. I want to see. Yeah, because I was afraid that was going to happen. I don't want him to look like he's getting strangled. I've got it around his neck. If you pull it too tight, he's going to look like he's getting choked. I don't want to choke my little snowman. That's not nice. He's a happy little snowman. I want him to be comfortable. There. Make sure he's not going to slide down. We got to do the slide test. Got to do the slide test. You hold it up, and if everything stays put, you know you're good. And it withstands the slide test. I want it to be up a little bit higher, but like I said, I don't want don't want to wire him in too tight and have him look like he's getting strangled. Just see if I can move him up a little bit here. This is honestly the part of wreath making I don't like, is putting my centerpiece on, because you always want to make sure that it's positioned the way you want it. It takes a little bit of there. There's a little scarf. Okay. I think I'm happy with that where he is. What do you think? I think he looks good there. He's not getting choked.
Love it.
Thank you. Now we can do our ribbon. Give me 1 second. I just got to check one thing. Oh. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Alrighty, I got some really cute ribbon. I think I got this at the at-home store, which Deborah knows is a fantastic store. I'm sure if anybody else has visited it. Thought this was super cute. This is 1.5. 1.5 inch. I got this from the at-home store. Just Let It Snow. Super cute. That's my 2 1.5 inch. So I usually do 2 1.5 and I do 2 2.5. Not always. And then I thought this was cute because he's got in his little scarf, he's got the polka dots in there. So I thought that would be cute. And then I got this from the at-home store, the Snowman ribbon. So that's on my ribbon. Let's see how that looks. A lot of times you don't really know how it's going to look until you start putting it down, and then I always tend to cut extra just in case what I intend on using doesn't work. So then you got to kind of see what you want to put with what. So what do I want to put with this? I think I'm going to do hold on 1 second. I want to see how this looks with this, and then how this looks with this. Yeah, I think I'll do the Let It Snow with this one. I'll pair that with that one. And of course, I have to make sure that my Let It Snow is facing the right way. Start on the outside because I don't usually put ribbon all around the inside, but I do put it all around the outside. And you know, another reason why I like ruffles is your ribbon always lays nice when you use ruffles. Because of the way you're laying your ruffle down, it makes like a little pocket kind of for your ribbon. It's the best way I can explain it. And I just take my hand and I kind of go up under and just make it sort of hug the wreath. But I like it to curl under. I don't want it to be sticking straight out. That's how I like it anyway. And then if you've seen my classes before, you know that I cut, those are 12-inch pieces of ribbon and they're dovetailed. I always cut maybe, I don't know, 5 of each of the 1.5 inch at 13 inches as well. And I don't dovetail because I'm going to make my little bow tie. And I'm sure you guys have seen, if you haven't, just overlap the edges. You pinch it in the middle and you have an instant bow, and I put it right on top of my little bundle. Now, because these little tinsel ties are kind of sparkly, I can just leave it there, maybe curl under a little bit. And it kind of, you know what I mean? That's cute. That's kind of why I like to use those. I don't have to worry about cutting it off because it adds a nice little touch. I don't think I'm going to use this tie. Let me tuck this in here and get it out of the way. But that's it. That's how I do my ribbon. All around the outside, I make sure they're all facing out. Now I'm going to do the snowman with this red and white checked. I'm looking at my ribbon because I want it to. I know I'm crazy. I want to make sure it's facing the right way. It was like Christmas the other day. I was going through all my ribbon that I had from last year, and I found all this awesome ribbon that I forgot that I had. And if you guys are new to wreath making and you're frustrated, you know, with picking out colors and matching ribbons, let me tell you something. I was really bad at it at first. You just get, you know, you get to know what works and what doesn't. You know what I mean? It is a process. It's a learning process. But definitely, you know, I got a lot of inspiration from other wreath makers and the colors that they used. You can go to Southern Charm Wreaths website, Julie Samaco. She has something, I should probably just post it. It's a really interesting article on her website that shows how to match colors in wreath making. It has a color wheel and what colors complement each other and, you know, which ones don't. Very, very helpful. Yeah, I was really bad. I had no idea. I can remember I took a Zoom class just like this for my first class. And I'm just doing the same thing with the red and white check because it is the 1.5. I've done the little bow ties with the 2.5, but I just like the way they look better with the 1.5. So, but I took my first class. It was a Zoom class just like this. It was with Debbie of Debbie's Wreaths and Things. If you're familiar with Debbie, Debbie Berryhill Good, and she had a Zoom class, and I remember she posted the supply list and everything, you know, just like I do. And she said what kind of ribbon you should buy, and I just could not figure out how. I didn't know what kind of ribbon to buy. I didn't know how to match it. I was so stressed. It gets easier, ladies, trust me. When you become ribbon obsessed, right, Gina? It makes me happy.
Yes, I have tubs and tubs full of ribbon.
But let me tell you something. A ribbon makes me happy.
It does me too.
Oh,
If I'm feeling down, I just go shop for ribbon.
it doesn't put any weight on. It's not, well, it is addicting, but not like, you know, in a bad way, I guess, unless it's bad for your wallet.
Well, I did get put on ribbon restriction, remember?
Yeah, I know. You're still on ribbon restriction?
Well, I sneak bags home when my mom comes over, I hide them.
Oh, jeez. I wish I could show you guys my desk right here. I think I've told you this guy's the story of my desk that my kids bought me for my office.
No.
I had, you know, I've worked from home now probably for the last 10 years or so. And I had the same old desk for probably 25 years, you know, and you know, it's not that it's falling apart, but it's showing, it's getting worn down. And they bought me this beautiful desk, and it's still sitting there right over here, right behind my camera. And it's just stacked with ribbon and mesh. And every time, you know, my son comes in, he's like, Mom, you were supposed to use that to replace your old desk, not to stack your wreath stuff on. I'm like, well, it's just stacked. I think it looks, I love looking at all my ribbons stacked up over there, though. I love it. Let me see if I can turn this quick and I can show you. Look at all that ribbon.
Oh.
Whee! Just stacks and stacks. You can't even see the side of it because it's too high up, but yeah, it's just stacked. But I lay, you know, I have a little couch in here that I take naps on, and I sit there and look at my ribbon, and it makes me happy. Nothing wrong with that, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Life is too stressful. You have something like that to make you happy, then life is good. Life is too short to be stressed and sad.
Preach it, sister.
I'm trying, honey. I was not in
It's
this
my
thing
first time.
a couple days ago.
Can you see it, Christine?
Hold on a minute. Who's talking?
Linda. It says iPad.
Let me make you big here. Whoop, where'd you go? There you are. Beautiful. I love
I have
it.
green ties, but I just was trying
No,
it
that's
out.
okay. You can snip them off. Now, is this Linda Antigue? Am I saying that right?
Artig.
Artigue. Okay, I wasn't sure because we had a
Yes.
couple of Lindas in the group. Very nice. What do you think of this method, Linda?
I love it.
I do
It's just
too.
time. It's a little bit more time consuming, or it's just because I'm learning it.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. This is the first time I've done it.
Okay.
But
I think this method is a lot faster than the other methods.
Is it? Well, you don't have all the cuts.
right. But that's
Right.
okay. This isn't a speed contest, I mean,
No.
go at your pace. And I'm already working on my ribbon here, and I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay, but I didn't do
But that's
ribbon or
why you guys
anything
get
because I didn't know if I'd like it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go
why,
with the ribbon or anything.
That's why you guys get the video too, so
Yeah. Hmm.
you can watch it at your own leisure and finish.
Yeah.
I think
I
it looks
did make
beautiful.
a reindeer to pull through with the burlap,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
that came
nice.
out pretty good.
Oh. I play with my ribbon. I'm OCD when it comes to my ribbon. I'm sorry. So this is the part that takes me a little while. The mesh is fast for me. Hold on, this isn't coming up here. The mesh is fast for me. I'm slow when it comes to my ribbon. All right, where am I now? So I'm alternating here. So now I need my snowman and my. And I love when I already have ribbon on hand. I didn't buy this ribbon at all for this wreath. I already had it. And, it's nice to just be able to look and see what I have and find stuff that works. That makes me happy.
I used a Walmart mesh,
Uh-huh.
and it's it ravels a little bit more
Right.
than the one from Craft Outlet.
Right. I'm not a big fan of Walmart mesh.
No. Well, I figured just to try this
Yeah,
out.
sure,
I
of
said I'm gonna
course.
do that.
It's still raveling, even though the spirals are on the end. It's still raveling.
Well, only when I was, gathering it up, they had a few pieces, but it's not
Yeah.
bad. It doesn't even show on the wreath
No,
itself.
that's what's so great about this. Totally
Mhm.
hides those cut ends. They're not going to show. I like the way these ribbons look. I'm glad I picked these. I'm very happy when I get ribbon that works. My choices work. That makes
And
me
your
happy.
spiral mesh is showing up too.
I'm just muting everybody because somebody's got like a TV on or something here. That's all. Let's try to cut down on the background noise a little bit. Again, the ribbon tails are 12 inches. I used to cut my ribbon tails at 14 because that's what everybody else was doing, but I just didn't like how it just covered up too much of my my mesh. And I know a lot of wreath makers do that. They put 3 bows on their wreath, and I don't like to cover up my mesh. I like to be able to see everything. So everything shows. All right, going around the corner here.
How long is the little bow strip of the wreath?
The bow strips, hold on, let me grab another piece here. Which one am I on now? Those are 13 inches, the ones that aren't
13.
dovetailed. 13.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And the ones that are dovetailed are 12. So just a little bit
The
longer.
12. Yes.
Whoops. It's important when you're pinching the middle of your ribbon too, that you try to get it so it's not bunched weirdly. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Because when it's gathered nice in the middle like that, your ribbon's going to lay better too. If you just sort of like smash it together, this is all stuff that I've just learned as I've gone along. And you lay your ribbon in carefully and then tie it in, and it's gonna just lay nicer for you. That's the best way I can put it. When it's gathered.
The outer edge of the ribbon flips outward, going down, and it doesn't. When you come to pull out your ribbon, it doesn't bunch up to the middle.
Right.
I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
I understand. And I also find that I prefer canvas ribbon to satin ribbon. I think canvas ribbon holds its shape a lot better in a wreath too. Even if the satin ribbon is wired. I just prefer the canvas. Like this snowman ribbon is a satin, but it's laying pretty nicely because it's got some glitter and stuff in it. So, and it's thicker, it's heavier. But if you don't make a very good hand-tied bows, which I'm getting better at it, this is a nice way to add some little bows to your wreath without a lot of extra effort. I mean, it's so cute. Let's see, we're going around the bend here. This is the time consuming part. Which color do I need now? Yeah, the at-home store is gigantic. The last time I went there, I just bought ribbon. That's all I bought. My daughter says, Mom, all this stuff here, and you're just going to buy ribbon? I'm like, yeah. Do you have a problem with that? Don't you have enough ribbon? No. Do you have a problem with that?
You can never have enough ribbon.
Nope. No, ma'am. Because like I said, you know, I buy ribbon not really knowing what I'm going to use it for. But when you have a project and you find a use for it, it's like amazing. Oh my God, I have a ribbon that matches that sign. Oh my God. Yes. Life has meaning. And you find that you have ribbon that matches a sign that you just saw. That's how it all starts, ladies. That's how I get most of the inspiration for my wreaths. Usually either starts with the ribbon or a sign. I don't ever really get inspiration for a wreath from mesh. Usually the ribbon or the sign is where I get my start. Because you basically, once you have your sign, you want to choose colors that are in your sign. You know, when you're choosing your ribbon, when you're choosing your mesh. So if you know that already, I'm sorry. But for those of you that don't know that, there you go. But you can see how, because of the way the ruffle is laying, in the wreath form, it makes a nice bed, you know, for your ribbon to lay on. Nice little, sorry for my head, somebody's chatting me here. Yes, I do, Deborah. She's like, do you pull the ribbon out of the packaging? Yeah, I do. I look at it and I make sure if it's, I feel it, and just a little bit, just the end a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I'm not going to want to sell this wreath. I was going to bring this wreath to the craft show, but I don't know. I think I might have to keep this one. I really like this one. All right, what color do I need now? Robin, did you make your rose gold tree yet?
I am working on it right now.
You are. Are you doing ruffles or poofs?
I'm doing ruffles. I'm just not a poof person.
Yeah, me either.
So I will post it. I've got everything ready to go today. I got everything cut and I've got the tree ready and the lights on. So that'll probably be tomorrow. Yeah, I'll show it to you. I've got a big show on November 17th, so I'm hoping to get a couple trees ready to go.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
We're
and your
doing that.
the snowman on Saturday, I'm really ready to go for.
Well, those are going to be poofs. I hope you're going to be okay with that.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. The question I have for you is, I don't have the
The garland.
yeah.
Then you're
Am
going
I
to have to remember how we did the tree last year?
Yeah.
You had floral wire. You're going to have to make bridges with your floral wire.
Can I do that? I don't have any problem doing that.
No, you can do that.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's
that'll
the
work.
only reason. That's the only reason I'm getting the work garland, is so I don't have to add the extra floral wire to make bridges. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you see a tomato cage, you've got 3 wires or whatever they are going around the middle, and I think you have 3 going up the sides. That's not enough to add pipe cleaners to make your tree, which is why I tell you to get the work garland, which is a garland with pipe cleaners on it, and we wrap that around, and that gives you more places to put pipe cleaners. But last year when I did the tree, and Robin did it too, if you don't have a work garland, you're going to have to get floral wire and actually add more wire to, you're actually creating new bars on the tomato cage, just adding more to what's already there. A couple more vertical ones, a couple of more horizontal ones, because you're going to need, because you're going to have, there's going to be too many spaces. It's not enough. So
Christina, I have to tell you, I just looked and I didn't realize I was almost out of the 33-inch tomato cages. So I went on Menards today. They have them for 95 cents.
oh my gosh, wow.
I did pickup, and I'm going over there tomorrow, Wednesday, and pick up. I got a bunch coming in.
Nice. I think I've got 3 left. I got mine over the summer. I grabbed a bunch over the summer.
And then I got the last 3, those snowman hats at Walmart. That one gal had.
The heads or the hats?
Yeah, the hats with the face.
The tree topper.
Yes, the tree toppers.
I haven't even seen them there yet. I got this one online. Mine I got online. This is the cute one that I got online.
Yeah, I did. Walmart had 3 in stock, so I did pick up yesterday on my way home from work.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting spoiled with the pickup.
You're getting what?
I'm getting spoiled with the pickup.
There you go. All right, this is the time-consuming part, ladies. We're losing some people there. Everybody gets bored in the adding of the ribbon. But it is a necessary process. I think everybody saw, the part they wanted to see, which is how I did the ruffles. And they're like, I know how to do the ribbon. I'll watch the video. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, the satin doesn't like to hold its shape as good as the canvas ribbon, but it's working. somebody's chatting me. You gotta wait 1 second so I can hit my button. Hold on there. Let's see. Oh, Peggy Jones says that At Home has the Snowman tree topper as well. So there you go, guys. If you need the head for your tomato cage snowman, and you know, I'm really not sure where that snowman head came from that was in the picture. You know, I actually, you have to understand that a lot of times the pictures that I post are just design examples. I've never made a tomato cage snowman before. I've made a tomato cage tree. So, I mean, they're just poofs. So I don't really think it's going to be an issue for me. But I couldn't find a head like that. I did find some that were lighted, but they were like $35. I'm not paying $35 for a head for my tomato cage tree. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. So that's my story. The end. We're almost done here. I think I got two or three more here. Let me see. Make sure this is going the right way. Do I want it this way or this way? I'll do it this way. I don't want that tie. I want this one. And it always works out for me. And what I mean by that is you can see that I've got this red and green lime polka dot in this tie. And then I'm going to have my snowman and my red and white checked here. So I won't have two ribbons the same next to each other, which is exactly what I wanted. It always seems to work out good that way. Can't have two ribbons next to each other that are the same. That's a no-no in my book. That's a no-no. How you doing, Miss Gina? I lost her.
No, I'm here, but my internet lasted for, well, my laptop lasted for an hour and a half, or a little over, almost an hour and a half, but I had to go to my iPhone now, so.
Oh, okay.
But
What
yeah, I
ribbons?
almost got my ribbons on here, and then I'm gonna put I put my little snowflakes on already, and I'm gonna put some scatter balls on it, and then I'm done.
You are just so speedy. You guys, ladies, Gina is the speedy. She's the speed queen of wreath making. She's
Well,
so fast.
I have so much I have to do. I had to get fast at it because I have to do with parents and everything else.
I got one more ribbon tie to add down here. I can't wait to see yours, Gina.
I'll post it a little bit.
How many pieces of mesh did you end up having left over?
Me, none. I added them all in.
Really? I don't know how I ended up with an extra piece.
I added every bit of them in.
Did you put an extra tie on?
Yeah, I put extra ties in.
Oh, there you go.
I had used a Hobby Lobby wreath form that already had ties on it, and it only had 9 on the bottom and 7 on the top, so I had to add 7.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's weird. Last one. And here comes another piece of this. I hate that. Now I got to put it under my snowman because his butt's right here. See if I can fit it. I might not put a bow tie on this one because it's right under my snowman. Let me see. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit a bow tie there. I think I can still squeeze a bow tie in under there. I think I can. And then let's see how much I want to put on the top here. I don't usually put ribbon in every tie on the top. I know if you've seen some wreath makers, they do their ribbon first and then they do the sign. I don't want to squish my ribbon, so that's why I do my sign first. I think I can squish this bow tie in here. Let's see, without disturbing my snowman too much. That'll work. Just kind of push it off to the side a little bit. That'll work. Okay. Now you can see this is why I like to put, look how pretty that is with the ribbon all the way around the outside. See that? Isn't that just so pretty? That's why I love doing my little bow ties on the outside. I'm not going to be able to sell this wreath, I'm telling you right now, because I love Snowman anyway. His little bell. This is just something I grabbed. Like I said, we went up to the Adirondacks last year and it was just at a little craft shop. And now I'm using it in a wreath. Okay, let's see what we want to put on the top here. I am going to put some ribbon on the top, but not in every tie. Let's see what we have here. And then we're going to be done, and it's only 9:30. I think I'll put one here. Now, I've told people this before. When I'm adding ribbon to the top or the inside, I don't go all the way down to the very bottom of my pipe cleaner, because my ribbon's going to get lost. And it might be a little bit challenging for you to do, but when you're adding it, try to go like maybe halfway down your pipe cleaner so the ribbon stays toward the top, if that makes sense. Just try not to go all the way down to the bottom, because it's so full. Your wreath is so full on the top that if you put your ribbon all the way down to the bottom, you're not only going to have a little bit of it sticking out. So and you can kind of spread it out up here. I think I may have even gone down a little bit too far. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. I need to cut another piece of this because I don't have another one. Where is my Let It Snow ribbon? I need another 13-inch piece here for that. Did cut enough. Where'd my tie go? There it is. And just enough to tie my bow tie on there. There we go. And I think maybe I'll put one over here because there's a tie there. But that overhead light is so bright, you can't even see my sign. It's like blinding.
right, Christina, I'm out. I'll see you later.
All right, darling.
Bye.
Good night. Miss Gina's very fast. She's a fast one, that girl. She's been with me a long time, Gina has. So is Susan. I have a lot of people. Robin's been with me for a long time. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys. That's what I mean by when your ribbon's not pinched right in the center, it's not going to lay right. You want to let it overlap your sign a little bit, that's fine. I'm not going to cut another piece of this. I'm just going to use this dovetailed one. Sometimes I do that in a pinch. I use a dovetailed one to make my bow tie, and it still works because I don't feel like cutting another piece. Now, a little tiny piece of pipe cleaner here. Let me see if I can get it. Yay! It's working. There we go. A little tiny piece. The satin is sticking to my mesh too, the satin ribbon. This is a little tiny bow tie. A little tiny. Somebody sent me a picture. I just got a notification. That's that. Let's see. Maybe I'll put just one more bundle over here. I'll do another snowman over here, I think. Right up here. And then I think I'm going to be good. Because I don't have any more room. I'm out of room. I'll stick that under there. I don't want to cover up my sign too much. And I am going to have to cut another piece of that anyway because I don't have any left. One more piece and then we're done, ladies. One more piece. Somebody's chatting me here. 1 second here. Let's see. Gotta log off early, says Peggy. Mic isn't working. Oh, you're welcome, Peggy. You're very welcome. Good night. Last piece, ladies. And I think I'm good. And I love this wreath. I just have like a little tiny piece of pipe cleaner. There we go. That's the only problem when you don't put it all the way down to the bottom. You have like a little tiny piece to put your bow tie on. And I think I'm done. Do you guys love it? Or I love this wreath. It's mine. It's not going.
I like it.
I'm keeping it.
I like it too.
You guys like it?
Yes.
Yes.
I do too. I can't wait to see all of yours. Make sure you post them when they're done.
Okay.
Alrighty. Does anybody have any questions before we go? How you doing, Linda? Did you have fun? Did you have fun, Linda? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I did.
I can see the camera there. Hold on, somebody's chatting me here. Nighty night, Deborah. If anybody has any questions at all, please let me know. This video will be sent out in the morning. And I hope you guys all
Okay.
have a wonderful night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
too.
much for being here.
Thank
Good night,
you.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Susan.
Night,
Good night.
Christina. Love
see
you.
me?
Good night.
Can you
Good
see
night,
me?
everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, Christina,
Yeah.
this is Marlene. I sent you a messenger. I think it was, her name was Kelly Willis, posted a picture of a wreath that she did, and she gave the directions and stuff, and tried to recreate it, and nothing comes out. So I sent you the picture and her explanation. If you might want to do a class on it, so that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that you sent me a picture, and I heard me say somebody sent me a picture. That was you. I saw it pop up on my screen. I will definitely take a look, my dear.
All righty, and maybe you can make sense of it, because I sure can't.
I will try. Thank you so much, guys.
Love is
Good
really
night.
cute. Good night.
All right, Marlene. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.